my soul was not connecting with what I was doing, and it was
Okay.
no way you and make things happen. And although I put so much into it, not only financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, I found myself losing myself in the midst of what I was doing. Because it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't connecting with my soul, and I was sacrificing so much for something that I wasn't proud of. You know
I
what I
can
mean?
understand that.
Back and not be proud of what I was doing. Not because of what it looked like. Like I said, when it comes to the technical aspect of things, I'm very proud of what I did. When it comes to the numbers aspect of things, I'm very proud of what I did. But when it comes to the substance of it and the content itself, I just could not connect with what I was doing. And I wanted to be proud of it, and I would create things in my head of what I felt like I was doing, but it wasn't what I was doing.
Do you think reality TV mixes up people's mind between reality and what goes on in these shows?
Oh, I completely, absolutely, absolutely. Because I think reality television it can be a great way for people to see how other people deal with conflict. I mean, we all go through conflicts, whether it be something as small as figuring out what you're going to wear for the day. It's a semi of a conflict. So reality television does a great way of showing how other people deal with their conflicts. But I think what happens is people tend to watch reality television and think that there's one specific way to kind of deal with your conflict, and it's to be sassy, it's to want to throw shade, it's a want to be physical, and there's definitely other ways to deal with conflict. You know what I mean? I don't think that's one specific way to deal with it. And I think reality television kind of show sometimes it can be a highlight of people's lives versus how people are really living. So it kind of confuses people's minds that are watching and thinking that they have to live a certain way, just like social media.
Yeah.
Social media, people see the positive because not you don't always see somebody's what the negative things that people kind of go through, but so you're able to only see what they want you to see. So it kind of messes up people's minds of how life is, because life is not always so peachy and clean. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think that it does. I
Um,
definitely think that.
so far as reality TV, then, if you look at it and you look at social media, you look at reality TV, and you put things together, and just like you said, do you think that far as the things that people do for these shows, do you think that it's their fault or more the public's fault for actually watching those antics?
It's a little bit of both. I think reality television and success, being in the entertainment industry, when people say that they're selling their soul, people are really selling their soul. Trust me, I know this. Okay, they're doing things that they truly do not really connect with, and that's the space that I was going to be in. Me doing stuff that wasn't good for me, just for the attention or some type of financial gain. I mean, there's other opportunities, there's other situations, and that's what I'd rather be in for sure. I do think that it's a mixture of both. I mean, you are in control of what you do, but if people are not interested in the drama, then I think producers that are creating these shows would make it their mission to show something a little bit more positive. But because people are connecting with that, because I mean, people watch these shows, not only reality television but scripted series, because they want to see other people go through shit. They want to see other people.
That's true.
Yes, it's a great way to kind of separate your own or get away from your own shit. So you tend to watch other people go through their stuff. So if people are not interested in the drama, the craziness, then producers will sit there and try to map out another way to kind of put out their show and make it more of their mission to be more positive when it comes to the show that they put out. But because people are interested in that and that's what sells, I mean, it definitely makes the individuals that are on the show want to give more of that, and it makes the producers want to hype those things up.
Um,
That's really
you know what, everything you said is true. I really
yeah.
feel like it's a mix between the audience get feeding into it and the people feeling like they need to react a certain way so they can be seen more and they can get more time on air. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it is a mix of it. But
Yeah.
far as like that environment, if you do you think that if like shows that have less antics and less putting on for the camera, like let's give an example, like Braxton show and or T and Tamara, they don't really get into those arguments and stuff, and they have very successful shows. And far as the Black Lives Matter movement, a lot of shows were canceled. If I don't know if they had canceled a lot of black shows with a lot of a lot of stuff going on in it, a lot of negative views of black people. But I see they're bringing it back. How do you feel about them bringing back these shows that show us black people in negative lights?
Um, the thing about it is that at the end of the day, I think there's so many different shows that are showing white people in negative lights as well. I think we kind of just, I think it's very unfair to kind of make it seem as if there's only shows that are just showing black people in negative lights, because there's so many other shows that do the same thing for other races. But I do think that people need to be very mindful of the content that they take in. And I think people that are creating these contents need to be very mindful of the content that they're putting out, because I think what we know for sure is that television has such a huge influence on how we deal with people day to day, and how we perceive life and how we move. I think people have to be just very mindful of the stuff that they're putting out. And I'm not saying that and I understand the need for both, to have the stuff that's not so ratchet, and to also have the stuff that can be ratchet. Sometimes it's a need for both, um, just to kind of see certain dynamics and certain ideas, and just to see how different people move. But I think people just need to be very mindful when it comes to the stuff that they put out, the content that they put out. Do I care for it? No, really don't. But it's like, are people going to really be watching somebody putting out positive words, moving positively? It's really difficult for people to get into those type of content. Like, I think a lot of people are just miserable. It's really
Yeah, that's
kind
something
of
that
get
was true.
yeah. It's really difficult for people to kind of get into positive content, because for them, it's like a lot of times when people do watch television, it's to get away from their life, so they tend to watch other people go through it. You know what I mean? Go through the same foolishness. So I'm not saying it can't be done, but I think people that are putting out content that's a little bit more positive, family friendly, you just kind of have to work a little extra hard. I feel like it's really easy for people to like fall in love with trash. You have to
Yeah.
kind of just work extra hard when it comes to how you market it, how you move with it. Um, that's really what it is.
Okay, so tell us more about what you're doing now. I know you said you are working with an artist. I know you wanted to, so tell us about all the business moves you making now.
Well, I'm really excited for what's to come. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm working with Azure, but I have some other projects that I'm working on that are scripted that I'm really excited about. I told myself my goal when it came to the show was to really build a platform. And right now, I'm in the midst of dealing with a production company that is not only putting out content independently, but also putting out content mainstream guys that I'm working with. And right now, I'm in the midst of just taking in information. I plan on going back to school for it as well. I want to take in information. I want to build my contacts, and just kind of take this year and a little bit of next year to kind of do that for myself. Just taking information, learn, because I so care about the art. You know what I mean? My goal is not to be the most famous person in the world. My goal is not to be the most richest person in the world. Yeah, the most famous person in the world. My goal is not to be the most richest person in the world. My goal is to really put out good content that can be inspiring, that can really touch somebody's heart. That's my goal right now. So I'm in the midst of learning and taking in information and being around the people that I want to be around. You know what I mean? Like, I was in such a negative space, and although I put on this front like I was good, I wasn't. So right now I'm in a great space, and that's pretty much where I want to be in when it comes to what I'm doing. I want my idea of success is being happy in what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And also being able to live comfortably. So, yeah, that's really where I'm at right now. Yeah.
All right. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
The next 5 to 10 years, I am right now. I'm working with a production company. I plan on taking in information from that. I plan on working with another production company, like kind of building and taking information from that. And by the end of the 5 years, my goal is to have my own production company that specializes in working with people that are trying to do independent projects, and also specializes in working with people that are trying to do mainstream projects. I want to be able to produce parties. I want to be able to produce music, not me personally, but I want to be able to create create a company that can be able to house all those things: producing music, producing content, producing things for the internet, producing parties, producing events, all that good stuff. That's what I want to do. That's my goal, and that's what I'm going to make happen. You know, I'm that type of person that, like, things that I say I'm going to do, I'm going to make it happen. I don't believe in any excuses when it comes to that. I believe you can truly do every and anything that you want to do. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's the honest truth. You know, it may take time, and it's okay, but I believe you can really make anything happen for yourself if you want to.
Facts. I definitely believe that. You can
Yeah,
definitely do anything. You just gotta have consistency and hard work together makes the plan work. So
I agree.
tell us about, so plug everybody on, where they can find your content, where they can look you up at, all the stuff, or even people that that you're working with, you can plug them too. Let me know. Let the whole let the
Yes.
world know.
Yes, of course. Well, as of right now, I've been taking a break from social media, but if you do want to follow me, and I will be back, and I will be posting, more of what I'm doing and all that good stuff soon. But you can follow me on social media. My Instagram is Jajakatai, JHJHKITAII. So you can follow me on Instagram if you want to watch the show, although I'm no longer a part of it. You can watch it. It's called G Status ATL Hustle on YouTube or Roku or whatever the case may be. Whatever you want to watch it on, you can find it and check it out. I'm still going to plug it because I'm still proud of the work that I put into it. You know what I mean? And yes, you can check out Azure if you want to check out Azure, and I will be having more things coming in the future for sure. So just keep a lookout. Yeah.
Okay. We appreciate you. We appreciate having you. Thank you for doing the show. We hope to see you do big things in the future, and we
I
definitely
will.
want to have you back on the show.
Yes, for sure. For sure. And I appreciate you as well. So thank you. Great questions, great energy, great vibe with the weed in the background, all that.
All right.
Yeah. I said, Father, please forgive me. I was in and out the streets. When I went to battle, Doocy right there in my sneaks. Like the smarter carver, bringing knowledge from a seer.